Hello my foodie friends and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Karen. So today I'm going to be making a special dessert. Now what if you combined a cheesecake with a cinnamon roll and put them together? That's right, cinnamon roll cheesecake. Now this recipe is coming from my good friend Jamie, who also happens to have a slot channel, and it's called Shh Slots. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to post her link down below so that you can go follow her. She posts really great wins on slot machines, and she is the nicest person. So she gave me this recipe to try. I've never made it before, so we're all going to be making it together. Now I am going to tell you this is a little bit of labor of love because it's got several steps to it, but I think it's going to be really worth it for the holidays to make this special cheesecake, and I'm pretty sure everyone's going to go crazy for it. So let's get cooking. Oh, and I can't forget to give a huge shout out to my amazing friend Robin Nash, who gave me this apron. Isn't it super cute? It says In the Kitchen with Karen. She said I needed to have a logo. So I thought that was super sweet of her. She is really amazing. She doesn't have a channel, but she's a huge supporter of all the channels. So let's start by making our crust. We are going to need 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Now I'm going to put them in the food processor, but if you don't have one, just bang them with a rolling pin. So in case you were wondering, 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs equals one of these packages and another half a package. Or if you don't even want to deal with this, they already sell already made crumbs in a box. So to our bowl, we are going to add 4 tablespoons of brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And now we're going to add 5 tablespoons of melted butter. Give this a good mix. Now after you have it mixed, it's going to have the consistency of wet sand. Take a 9-inch spring-form pan and spray it with Pam. Now we're going to add our crumb mixture to the pan. Press it down very well and try to get it a little bit up the sides. Now that we have our crust patted in there really well, we are going to bake this for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. The second part of our cheesecake is going to be our cinnamon streusel, and this is what's going to give it that really nice cinnamon roll taste to it. And for this, we are going to need 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 6 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 6 tablespoons of melted butter. Now you guys, I never said this was low calorie, but as a special treat, I think it's totally worth it. Now we're going to mix this up well. So this is how it should look. Somewhat crumbly. So our crust is baking in the oven for 10 minutes. We've already made the streusel, so now it's time to make the cheesecake filling. And for this, you are going to need 4 8-ounce packages of softened cream cheese. Add 1 cup of granulated sugar and 3 tablespoons of flour. And now we're going to mix this for 2 minutes. Now scrape down the sides of your bowl. For our next step, we are going to use 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. We have 5 large eggs and they are at room temperature. We are going to add each one separately and mix for 30 seconds each. Last egg in. Now scrape down your bowl one more time And for our last step, we are going to add 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream and beat that for 2 minutes. So our crust has gotten a nice golden brown color to it, and it's time to assemble the cheesecake. We are going to put 1/3 of the batter into the pan and crumble some of the cinnamon streusel over the top. Now add another 1/3 of the cheesecake mixture and add more of the streusel. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. Now add the rest of your cheesecake mixture. And now we're going to top it with the final bit of streusel. Now we are going to place this in a preheated 350-degree oven for 15 minutes. Then we are going to reduce the heat to 200 degrees and bake it for an additional 1.5 hours. So we're here the following morning and our cheesecake has been sitting in the refrigerator overnight, and this is what it looks like. Now if you see there is a crack in it, and it's funny because I told my friend Jamie last night, I said, oh, it didn't crack, because every time I make a cheesecake it cracks. So I guess that's normal, but it's still going to be fine. Because before we actually are done, we just need to do one more step, because it wouldn't be cinnamon roll cheesecake without a little cream cheese frosting. So let's go ahead and make that cream cheese frosting. In a bowl, we're going to need 1 ounce of softened cream cheese, 1 ounce of softened butter, 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar, and we're going to need 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Okay, here goes, guys. I'm going to take it out of the pan, so say a little prayer. Okay guys, that took a little bit more work to get out of the pan than I was expecting. Now what I think happened was I didn't grease the sides of the pan well enough. So a few pieces cracked off, but it's all gonna be good. All right, now I put the cream cheese frosting in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to cut off right at the end. See, it covers up a multitude of sins. And there you have it, guys, our cinnamon roll cheesecake. Okay guys, so I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this cinnamon roll cheesecake. Number 1, it was a labor of love to make. It had quite a few steps, but they were easy to do. So if you're worried about that it's gonna be too complicated, it's not. It just takes a little bit of time. And now we both agreed that it did have a nice cinnamon taste, but that it wasn't too much. The cream cheese frosting gives it a nice little tang. And in the future, I think that I'm probably gonna add a little bit of chopped pecans to it, just to give it a little extra texture, because it is so smooth and creamy. So I'm just gonna take a little bite for you guys. So like I said, you definitely taste the cinnamon, but it's not overwhelming. And what I like about it is it's super creamy, but it's not too thick. Have you ever had New York cheesecake that's like really dry and thick? This is not. It's nice and creamy. So I am giving this a 9 out of 10. So I hope you guys are gonna try it for your Christmas or maybe just a special occasion or just any time really. And I wanna thank everyone for joining me today. Please hit that like button, share it out with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I wish you would. I'd love to have you. So have a great day, everyone, and talk to you later. Okay, here goes, guys. I'm gonna take it out of the pan, so say a little prayer. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. And Chris keeps licking the batter. I tell him you shouldn't do that because it has raw eggs in it.